Hello and welcome to another great episode of Bill's Workbench. I have the TRX-4M on the bench and I made a mistake. I put the underdrive gears in the front instead of in the back. So shame on me. It didn't perform well, turning radius suffered, and the crawling suffered as well. But after editing the video, I think the video is still worthwhile because putting in the bearings and the gears in your axles here is the same procedure regardless if you screw up and put the wrong ones in or not. So enjoy the video. Let me know in the comments what you think. The TRX-4M on the bench again today. After taking it to Crawl Venture, I stripped out the front differential. So I ordered, as you would do, upgrade parts. I got the Overdrive gears, the 10 tooth by 24 tooth, so it's 16.6% overdrive. So that's what we're going to install today in the front. We're also going to install the bearings in the front end as well, in that front, whatever the heck that's called, axle, I think. And yeah, so that's what we're going to do in this video. You'll also be able to install them in your rear axle, the bearings that is, watching the instructions on how to do this. So let's get started installing the bearings in that front. All right, first things first, we got to take it apart. So let's take the top off. Two little clips right here and there. You should know the drill by now on this. Disconnect our lights. Remove the battery if you have that installed. I like to remove both sides of this when I'm working on it. I'll probably end up ruining this thing doing that, but you know, I can get another one. All right, the front end. The front end is this one. There's a lot of upgrades you can do to this thing, such as the high clearance arms, which actually did a pretty good job. There's also a new servo, bracket, and there's a steel piece of one of these as well that you can get installed. As far as what I'd recommend you install, I like these guys. These did really well, the high clearance. I'm not 100% sold on replacing these yet with a metal one, because I'd have to get a servo saver for that, because I think that this plastic one acts as a servo saver as well. So be aware of that when you're doing your upgrades. So we need to get these wheels off of here first. I believe those are 5mm nuts. Yes, indeed they are 5mm nuts. If you're thinking about upgrading your tires, don't upgrade to these. I don't particularly care for them. I like the Mickey Thompson tires myself. Those are the ones I like the best. All right, how are we going to take this off? What's going to be the easiest way to do this? I think by unscrewing this right here, because this one screw right here will disconnect the upper or the lower arm and the shock. If you haven't put shock oil in your shocks yet, it's a good time to do that as well. I'm using 20 weight shock oil. Alright, what else we got? We got this. We need to do the lower arm. There's a really long screw there at the bottom underneath the servo, or in between the servo and the pumpkin there, where that lives. It was right in this area here. Alrighty, servo, I need to remove that to make it easier for myself, so I'm just going to unscrew the one screw right here. Don't undo the arm itself. Undo this screw instead, because it's like an alignment on a real car. Boy, to get that servo out, you have to undo these too. You can upgrade the servo at the same time. That would be wise to do, but I'm not going to do that because I'm milking the YouTube algorithm for as many videos as I can get. All right, there's that out of the way. Now we got this piece. I'm going to have to remove my heat shrinking as well. Good golly, this is a lot of things to do. There we go. There's the axle out of there. Yeah, it'd be easier to do it the way I'm doing it. You can do it with it in the car, now that I'm thinking about it, but it's a pain in the butt. Alright, there's the two axles. Are they the same length? No, they look to be the same length. Okay. We'll do these four here on the pumpkin. Alright, there's that piece. Now, if you were just replacing this piece here, this gear, and not this gear inside, you could have done that just by unscrewing these four screws here with it still on the vehicle. It would have been a piece of cake. But, alas, I am not. Alright, bearings. I'm thinking that these are those. Let's see. Yes, indeed, these are. So these two guys are the 5x8 by 2.5s. Let's get this apart. Double bagged. I don't know why. Alright, there they are. Check it for burrs. Looks good. Looks good. Yep. Fantastic. Alright, let's take this off. Let's put the two bearings on here. And that goes in here like this. And I'm looking inside to see if there's other bushings in there, and no, it looks like the only two bushings are the two on the outside. We'll get the axle and take those out. And those look to be the small guys. Those guys right there. So those are the 3x6 by 2.5. In. Make sure this fits in there nicely. It does. Okay. Good. Alright, so I got the bearings in there, I got the bearings in there. I need to get the pinion in, so I need to get that heat shrink off of there. Be careful taking this off. Actually, you know what I can do is just this. You find out where that hole is. Where the screw is. And just cut that away. I'm so smart. SMRT. Comes off. Good time to replace your drive line if you wanted to replace it with a metal drive line. Alright, there's two bearings there. So let's get those out using this pinion as the tool. And I can just push these one out. There we we go. Need to find those now. Get these out of the way. Those are default. Those look to be like this. From here and here, those are the 4x8x3s. And I need to push those in. And this gear goes in here. Like so. And then this goes in here like this. Kicking in. All right, what I'm looking at is I'm looking inside and I can actually see it spin. Kicking in through here. And I'm making sure that if I pull this, it's still spinning, and if I push this in, it's still spinning. All right, so now that I've determined that that fits in there without binding or needing a shim, I'm going to put some grease in this. And so I'm going to use the Super Lube and just a little bit of grease. This in here gently, give that a few turns. Then we can check to see how we did. Looks super lubed to me. And a couple spots maybe that need a little bit more. Yeah. All right, let's put this back on. Now we'll screw this thing up. Okay, before we get too far, I want to check, make sure it's still spinning smoothly, which it is. All right, let's get this bearing in place. So this goes to that. These go to suspension pieces. These I'll go to that. These go over here, and these go over here. All right, this comes off. Now, you got to be very careful when taking this thing off, because this little guy right here, it doesn't want to come out, but when it does come out, it flies away. So the best thing to do is to put it back in its little nut right there. So you lose them both. There it goes. Whew. Well, that one spun on the inside and the outside. Interesting. All right, so that's the biggest one right there. That is the 8x12 by 3.5 millimeters. We need that one there. And then this one goes here, right? Yes. And that one is probably this. Yes, indeed it is. That is the 3.5 by 7 by 2.5. Okay, so that's good. I'm going to be careful with this. Get that in place. Get this out of the way. Put this. There we go. And then this. Like that. There. Looks like it's got a little play to it, doesn't it here? Yeah, it's got some play there too. Okay. And I want to put this together because I can. So this goes so that these parts are outwards. But I didn't pay attention if it's left or right or what have you. So I have another one. I have an Oklahoma schematic. So the big parts go down. So the big part, see, I had that one in the wrong side. 50-50 chance means that over 50% of the time you got it wrong. So that goes like that. Spin until it gets in there. Turn it around. Get this screwed up. Everything that's going into plastic when you're screwing it in should be just tight enough. Not just snug is what they call it. Yeah. All right. So does that spin? Yes. Yes. All right. Good. All right. Let's get this bearing in. And then in here where the large end goes down. Like that. Yes. These two screws. Oh, I lost the... All right, let's try that again. Go in there. There you go. And we'll screw that in. Now those big parts go down. What if you didn't have an Oklahoma schematic like I did? Well, you'd be watching this video and you'd know how to do it. Now, you could look in the instruction manual that came with your crawler, and it has a diagram that shows you how that thing should be. That is for, let's see, this one is for this piece. So this one and that one are the same. That one's really long. That one goes there. Aha, it's going to be one of these two because one of these small ones goes in here. And the other one, maybe, no, it doesn't. It's these. Yep. Go in there. And then the other one probably goes into the servo. So I get the servo back in there. The little ones go to the servo. Alright, so the servo, let's see, let's make it easier for me. Can I take the servo out of here without taking everything else out? Yeah, close enough. Okay, so the servo is then going to go in like so. And then this screw. Yes. Short screws go in here. Snug. And then the medium screws go into the servo saver. So we'll get the servo turned like that. Get this. Why is that not happy? Did I get it wrong? Am I missing something? No, that's... Oh, that goes up. Did I put it? I put them in wrong. The bottom is long, but this goes up. Oh, I put the left and right on the wrong side. Shame on me. Oh well, let's fix that. There is a curve to this thing, and it needs to curve up. So we will get it to curve up like that. Now we'll get the medium. Put it in there. Yeah, that's more better. Let's put the bottom up. Great. Feels good. No binding. Good. I will put the drive shaft back in. Okay. Drive shaft is back in. Check for, oh yeah, nice and smooth. All right, and now we're ready to put it back in the crawler. Nope, we are not. Because look what I did. I screwed up the wiring. Look at me. Will this fit through here? No. Hi. So this comes out. Servo comes out. Servo goes through the hole. Servo goes in. Then we put the two small screws in to hold the servo in place. Snug. Snug. And then the medium screw goes in this, into the steering arm, whatever that's called. And then that, and then this. And then that spins nice. Alright, now we need to put this into here. And then the long screw, the longest screw goes in here. Let's see if we can see it. So the longest screw goes into this part here that connects those two together. So I need to put this one in first. Let's see, get this out of the way. Get this out of the way. Get that one down. So it's the lower or the upper control arms. Or upper suspension arms, or whatever the hell they're called. Get that first one in. And it'll just slide right in. And then this one goes in here. Like so. Get our then snug. So if we look at this, we can see it. Only this end part right here threads. That's it. Alright, now those go in. Oh, these go in with the shocks. That's why the screws are a little bit longer. So we'll get that into place. We'll get the screw in there. Turn that like that. There, it should slip right in, and it only starts engaging when it gets to this point right here. Alright, look at that. You know what? Gosh darn it. I forgot the drive shaft. No problem. This out. I always forget this. Get this thing. Like that. Get that in. Spin it. And screw that back up. There we go. Alright. Put my wheels back on. Alright, so now we have Overdrive. And what does Overdrive do? Well, it makes these tires, these wheels spin faster than these wheels. That's what Overdrive should do. So there you go. That's how you replace the bearings and the gearing inside of the pumpkin. Alright, I hope you learned something. You should be able to do the rear end yourself. There's same process, just less number of bearings. Take pictures as you go, and you should be able to get the bearings put in the rear end of your TRX-4. If you'd like to see me do that, keep on watching, because that's what I'm going to be doing right now. And I am going to do it with it on the car or on the chassis. I think I can do it with it on the chassis. That's where the screw is, yeah. Okay, I found where the screw is. I'm going to cut the shrink wrap from there. Okay. Take the screw off. This can come out like that. Now I have access to the pinion and the bearing. Undo these here. I'm going to need a different Allen key for that. So now I should be able to get these back gears out of here. Well, I can't get the back gears out yet because I haven't taken the axles out. There we go. Out, bushing comes with it, bearing goes on the shaft. That. Now this gear should come out of here just fine, and it does. I'm going to be using the same gear. I'm not replacing this gear yet, even though I have the underdrive gear for that. So these go in here. Oh, come back here, like so. And we're gonna get the pinion, or not the pinion, but this, whatever this gear is called. It might be called a pinion, I don't know. That out of there. There it goes. I should be able to push this one out. There it goes. Yay! And these are these gears right here. These are the 4x8x3. That goes in there. This one goes in here. This goes into here. This geary thing goes into here. Okay. Then this goes into there like that. And it's spinning nicely. I am not going to put lubrication in it because it's a plastic gear. I am going to pretend that Traxxas knows better than me. Small baby screws go on the end. These hold in the bearing and the axle. Okay. Now, to make your life easier if you wanted to, you don't have this nifty Allen key, you could undo these two screws here, take the shocks and just the lower arms off, and then you could rotate the whole pumpkin. So that's what I'm going to do on this one, just to show you what I'm talking about. So you can take off just this one. You would do this before you got started. And this one. Then see how it just pops like that? So now I can put this on here. Get these 4 screws and put them in. That would be the smarter way to do it. Alright, snug. Now I can put this back together like this. Put that in there like that. This in here like this. This through here. And once you get it aligned, it should just slide right in. See? Alright, now let's put the nuts back on. That piece. And there. The nut then goes in. There, fantastic. Alright, now I need the drive shaft in. There's the drive shaft. I'm spinning this until it pops into place. There we go. I can use the back wheels to spin. Get the screw. Screw it up. Sticks and I like it spin. Alright. Let's see if it goes. Alright, next up is Crawl Venture to see how well it performs. back from Crawl Venture, and yeah, you saw how it was crawling. I put the good crawling parts in, but you saw that the turning radius did suffer on this, and the crawling suffered as well. So we're going to be swapping those gears to put the overdrive in the front where they belong and get the crawling back up to snuff. Thanks for watching, and happy crawling.